Welcome back. Well, today we're looking at Czech Republic. They're considering a deregistration of Jehovah's Witness religion. What does it mean, considering? What are they doing? What are they talking about? Well, they apparently sent an appeal to the Jehovah's Witnesses to desist from its illegal activities. So they're giving Jehovah's Witnesses some time here in the Czech Republic, and they're doing some illegal stuff. Now, we're going to tune in and see what kind of illegal stuff they're doing in the Czech. Let's see if it's any different than what's happening here in Canada, the US, Australia. Is it the same illegal stuff? Well, tune in here and we'll get the answer. Now, this isn't the first time we've talked about the Czech Republic deregistration. So this has come up in the news here. Again, they're talking about it. The Czech Ministry of Culture is considering the possible cancellation of the religious registration of the Jehovah's Witness religious society. And it has sent the organization an appeal to desist from its illegal activities. The ministry spokesman Jana told the news today. Now, the ministry has received thousands of complaints from Jehovah's Witnesses about the proposal, which must be dealt with first, and the administrative proceedings have not yet been initiated. And she said the ministry had begun to deal with the proposals it had received about the cancellation of the registration of the Religious Society of Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, we're going to abbreviate that moving forward to NSSJ, the Religious Society of Jehovah's Witnesses. They were mainly about damaging. Now, here's what it was about. It was mainly about damaging the social ties of society members and their families and preventing minors from receiving medical care appropriate to healthcare needs, according to the reports from the newspaper. So that's what it's about. It's about the social ties, damaging the social ties, the disfellowshipping. That's what we're talking about all over the world. It's the biggest, and preventing minors from receiving blood transfusions, medical care that involves blood. They will watch their children die. So that's illegal, according to the Czech Republic. And in my opinion, that should be illegal all over the world. That there should be laws against this kind of stuff. This is just not a passive religion practicing their religion. This is a cult forcing and coercing members and their children to die when all they need is a medical procedure that might involve some blood. But they will choose death. And the parents will choose that for their children. So to me, that's a crime that should be illegal. Now, the culture ministry led by Martin Baksic, he accused the Jehovah's Witnesses of 5 offenses, which they were supposed to address within 3 months. And both parties involved confirmed that they had not been corrected. Now, Jehovah's Witnesses, they're sticking their feet in and they're not correcting anything all over the world. In fact, in the latest broadcast, they're digging their feet in on education and they're telling their people not to go to education, not to go to university. It's going to pull you out of the truth. It's going to destroy you. You're going to get on drugs. That's what they're telling their people in the latest broadcast. So they're not changing. The ministry is looking into the issue, but no administrative proceedings are currently underway. And the ministry will decide on whether to initiate this administrative proceedings after it studies the content of several thousand complaints from Jehovah's Witness members that have received in recent weeks. So they have several thousand complaints. So if you guys have any complaints, you're out there, you're from the Ukraine, you speak the language, maybe you're just visiting here in an English country watching this YouTube, or maybe you're watching this YouTube in your own country and you're using the subtitles, get involved. You're an ex-member, send your complaint in. They need to hear your complaints. Now, the complaints against Jehovah's Witnesses relate to alleged damage to people's social ties and families. Again, the shunning policy, right? And when members leave the religious society, other witnesses have to severely limit and often completely cease social contact with them. And the ministry also stated that it respects the right to religious freedom and values the contribution of fellow believers to society, and there's no legal or doctrinal reason for cancellation of the registration of Jehovah's Witnesses. Director of the Jehovah's Witness Public Relations Department says that such a move would be discriminatory, illegal for thousands of peaceful citizens of the Czech Republic. It would mean a gross interference in their religious life. That's what the Jehovah's Witnesses are saying. And the news article says there's about 13,000 Jehovah's Witness members in the Czech Republic. And according to the latest census data, the Jehovah's Witness itself claims 30,000 witnesses and sympathizers. You know how there's always a lot of unbaptized publishers, unbaptized people that associate. Half of the people that come to the memorial, they're not baptized yet, so you're not really a member until you're baptized. So that's maybe how they're getting the 30,000. Now, Jehovah's Witnesses began operating in the territory of the present-day Czech in 1912. They were registered in 1934. Two associations, the International Association of Bible Scholars. I thought that was different. They call them the Bible Students here, International Association of Bible Students, but there they called it Bible Scholars. And the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. Those were the two organizations that they activated in Czechoslovakia at the time. And they were persecuted during World War II before resuming their activities after the war, but were forced underground again after the 1948 communist coup. And they reapplied for registration after the collapse of the regime in 1990 and registered as the 20th official church in the country in September of 93. So that gives you a little history on Czechoslovakia and what's going on there. Let's just take a look at that. Yes, the Czech Republic. They're considering, they've given Jehovah's Witnesses an appeal. They've asked them to, they've given them some time and they want answers. There's about 5 things that they want answers. There's 3 things they want them to change. They want them to change the blood transfusion, the shunning, and how they treat minors. That's the damaging to the social ties of the members. Being shunned. Like for us that leave the religion, you cannot. It's the same as Norway, and it's the same that's been discussed all over the world. What's going on, what they're talking about in the Czech Republic. So this is just catching on, folks. This is part of the domino effect. Remember we talked about that with Norway? Ping, 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 ping. It's just happening all over the world. So stick with us. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We'll keep you up to date on the latest news. We'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.